What you see here is the Kershaw Secret Agent boot knife, which I recently got around to testing. As you can see, it's a dagger design. The blade is made of HCR13 MOV stainless steel with black oxide coating. And that steel is definitely a good choice for the price range. HCR13 is quite tough and has decent edge retention. Not bad for that price and also for the purpose, because edge retention is not going to be important with this. This is not a cutting tool primarily. The handle is rubberized glass-filled nylon. It comes with this plastic sheath here, which is really nice, definitely well made, and has remarkably strong retention. I mean, this really requires quite a firm tug to get out, so that is really firmly in there. Has a pocket clip or belt clip. Various attachment options here with the slots and the eyelets. Definitely nice, I quite like that. Also protects it from moisture, of course. That's a very streamlined shape. Definitely what I'd call no-nonsense design. There's really nothing fancy about it. The guard here is just enough to prevent your hand from slipping up. And the handle shape is simple, but definitely feels good in the hand. There's a slight taper towards the guard, which you can see on both sides. Also tapers down towards the end. That makes it very comfortable in the hand. It's definitely nice. The only thing that I'm not too fond of about the handle is the end here. You see there is a piece of the steel tang exposed, and the end here is not overly comfortable really. If you put your thumb on there for an ice pick grip, this is not really, doesn't feel all that good. So personally, I would be happier if this was rounded off and had some kind of dome shape, or if the nylon covered that a bit better. That would be definitely more comfortable than it is. It's no big deal, but just a minor nitpick. I do have to say that I was disappointed by the edge though, because as it is, it doesn't even cut regular paper. I mean, it's really just tearing everything. I don't know if it's just this one or if they all come like that. It's of course not really a big deal for a design like this. It's worth mentioning, but of course you have to keep in mind this is not a cutting blade. This is a thrusting blade, very clearly. So this is not a tool knife. This is really more for law enforcement and personal protection, as well as, well, sports, since I have found out that it's quite suitable for throwing actually, which you'll see later. And of course it would be a nice collector's piece. But really what this blade does best is just raw penetration power. It's not supposed to sound naughty, but yeah, that's what it does well. Stab into things. I tested it on a massive chunk of 20% ballistic gel, which is very tough and hard to cut and thrust into, but it wasn't too difficult to bury the blade in the gel. I tried various grips: saber grip, hammer grip, ice pick grip. On one thrust it was only stopped by the bamboo stick inside, but otherwise it really penetrated very well. And I was surprised by how effective it is as a throwing knife, both with the no spin, or I should say quarter spin technique, as well as full spin. It worked quite well. It wasn't too difficult to make it stick, and aerodynamics seemed to be quite good. So like I said, those would be the main purposes: self-defense and sports, and of course collecting as well. And for that, it definitely works. There is one minor issue. It seems that the steel is a little on the soft side. I actually tried thrusting into the tire from the hard side. It is a steel core tire, so it's very strong and hard on the profile side, and it did bend the tip just slightly. You can probably see that. It also dulled the edge a little bit there because the tire is just that strong on that reinforced side. So it might be advantageous if it was tempered to a higher hardness, but then again, that kind of abusive test is not really what you would normally do. Unless, of course, you really want to use it as a throwing knife, which it is not advertised as. So if you keep throwing into a wooden target, depending on how hard the wood is, you may run into issues there. But otherwise, I really have no complaints about it. It's like I said, a very effectively designed knife. Of course, if you are looking for a blade for personal protection, please make sure to check your local laws. It may not be legal where you live. And also keep in mind the ramifications of carrying a blade for self-defense. It may not be ideal. It's obviously a type of self-defense tool that would escalate the situation pretty quickly, and you would cause some serious damage with this. So you may want to consider a non-lethal alternative as your primary carry tool, and this here just as a backup, you know, in case things get really ugly. And of course, it could also function as a deterrent, because if you pull something like this, an attacker will most likely hesitate and probably refrain from assaulting you altogether, because this is definitely a scary thing to face. So overall, as far as the design is concerned, I'm very happy with this. I can't fault it for anything. Regarding the materials, they are just fine, especially for the price. It's very affordable, so you can't really go wrong with that. Personally, I really like it, and I would definitely recommend it if you are looking for a boot dagger type blade. So that's it for now. Thanks for watching.